Hi, everybody. We are getting ready for a snowstorm here in New Jersey. It's very exciting. So, before the snow hits, I want to talk to you about what we do with the phone and how we manage it and how we get all of it done. And let me give you a perfect example. This happened literally 10 minutes ago. So, I recognize that um, it's about to snow a lot. I needed to get all of my practice member. I swear to you, this happened 10 minutes ago. I needed to get all of my practice members the heads up that we weren't going to have office hours tomorrow. Instead, we're going to have office hours on Wednesday. And this is really important to me because I care a lot about my practice members. I don't want to blow them off and do a last minute closure. In fact, I want to move all of them. The cool thing is that I don't do any of this. They do all of it through their own help yourself areas. Even from their phone, they can schedule their appointments. So in 3 minutes or less, I compiled a text. I texted my VA and asked her to send it out to all of our active practice members. They all got a text that looked like it just went to them. And right now, as we speak, people are scheduling for Wednesday. And it took all of 3 minutes. Here's what would happen if I didn't have a texting solution. I would be on the phone right now calling my practice members. Every time I call my practice members, because they love me and because I love them, they want to tell me all about it. You guys know what I'm talking about. I want them to tell me all about it, but not when I have 50 people to go through it to move hours from Tuesday to Wednesday. You get it, right? Okay, let me hit record because if I don't, I'm going to hear about it. Okay, so first of all, if you're new to this group, welcome. I go live every Monday evening. I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm also watching along on Facebook. I'll see if a question pops up. In fact, please, if you're watching, comment and say hi and tell me who you are and where you are. I'd love to hear from you. If you're a student of Staffless Practice Academy, come on over to the Zoom room and you can meet me in the Zoom. I wanted to run my practice without staff because it was really sucking to have to manage people and I wasn't good at it. And it wasn't something that I wanted to get good at. Over the past couple of years, I've had to get really good at managing a team and I've been excited to do it because of how fast Staffless Practice has grown. But for my private practice, I didn't want to have to worry about a team. And one of the things that I recognized very early on in my journey in staffless, running a staffless practice, is I needed a solution for the phone. Because all of the things that people were calling my office about, it was really important to me that there were solutions, right? So I spent a lot of time figuring this out, you guys. I used to use this program called Grasshopper. And it's the kind of thing where it's press 1 if you're this, press 2 if you're this, press 3 if you're this. And then there would be like 4 voice messages that I had to figure out. Like I'd have to listen to all of the voicemails, and it had this default for some reason. I don't know if it still does. This was years ago, where I had to listen to the message all over again. I couldn't just like go to the place in the message where I needed to write down the phone number. It made me crazy. And that was my first go at figuring out a solution for my phone when I decided I no longer wanted to have staff and it was not working for me at all. I needed something that would very quickly point to where people needed to go in order to protect. What do we always say in staffless practice? We are focused on the protection of time, energy, money for both our practice members and for ourselves. So in order to protect time, energy, money, I needed to figure out if Sally is calling me because she wants to bring her mother-in-law in, who's coming in from out of town and will only be here for a few hours, really wants to get adjusted because she's heard great things about my care. I need to figure out how to address Sally when she calls my office to get her what she needs without me having to answer the phone. That's what I had to figure out, and I did. And it works really well. I was just on a coaching call with someone, and I said to her very clearly, there are some gray areas to this. So some of our clients have a lot of older populations in their practice, and they don't want to text. They don't want their solution to get their help to be anything other than talking to a person. And there are solutions for that, especially if you don't have staff. There are also people who have the belief, for whatever reason, that if a live person doesn't answer your phone, they're going to hang up the phone and go to the next office. And actually, somebody told me that that happened to them today. And on Mondays, I coach, I think I coached 15 people today. We had 15 coach calls scheduled for today, just for my clients. We also have 2 other coaches on our team. So I hear all of the market research, for lack of a better term, on what you guys need answers to. And one of my students today said, well, I feel like I'm messing something up because somebody left me a voicemail and said because they couldn't get to a live person, they're going to go ahead and call the next person on the list. And my response to that was, if they were the right practice member for you, they would know how special and sacred your care is, and they wouldn't go to the next person on the list. They would wait 10 minutes, 15 minutes to either get a text or a call back. You guys get that, right? So I'm watching myself here. And again, if you guys have questions for me, just go ahead and drop them and I will see them pop up in the Facebook group. Okay. Hi, guys. So what I want you to consider is this. Take a few days and think about who's calling your office. Who are the people that are calling your office that are looking for solutions? What are they calling about? And this is where we start with what we call a phone study. For a few days, just write down who's calling, what they're calling about. And if you're an academy student, you'll see the phone call log inside of the phone kit. And you're going to start to see a pattern arise. You're going to, generally speaking, in a wellness practice, people are calling to schedule a new appointment. They've never been to the office before, or someone who's coming back after a long time of not being around because they don't know the new system of texting, right? Or people who just are not willing to text you. They want to make a phone call if they want to talk to their chiropractor or their physical therapist or their herbalist, whatever your craft is. So after you have those lists of this, they're calling about this, this, or this. Those are, only pick 3 groups, because if you pick more than 3, you're in trouble. So, and there will be an opportunity to say all other callers are welcome to da 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 da, right? So it's going to sound something like this, and I'm pulling this out of thin air. This is Light Source Chiropractic. We've been serving gentle quality care since 2000. Texting us is the best way to get the help that you're looking for. Go ahead and shoot us a text, and I say my number twice. I say it quickly. I say it slowly the first time, and then I rush through it the second time. If you're a new practice member with an admin or scheduling need, that's my first group. If you're a new practice member wanting to set up your first visit with us, awesome. We can't wait to serve you. Go here. And my go here is my website. One of the things that we do for our students in the academy is we'll build that website for you so that your website matches your voicemail message funnel. You understand how important that is, right? If you're telling people to go to your website to book an appointment, especially as a new patient or a new client, the first thing that they need to see when they go to your website is how to book as a new client. If they go to your website and there's all these things that they have to sift through, then they're going to go to the next place on the list, because then you've pissed them off, because they're sifting and they're sifting and they're sifting. You know what happens, you guys, is I then become a patient of a practice and I see the antithesis of what I'm saying. And it just affirms over and over for me, this is why I teach this stuff, because this does not work and this works. So the second type of person in my world going on with my voicemail message is going to sound something like this. So if you're a new practice member looking to schedule your first visit with us, awesome. We can't wait to serve you. Go to our website. And I say my website. If you're a current practice member with an admin or scheduling need, text us now. And then I'll say a catch-all. All other callers are welcome to leave a voicemail, and then I give a fair warning. But fair warning, these messages are only checked a couple times a week. And I think that my assistant who works for my office, she works about an hour and a half to 2 hours a week on my practice. And she takes care of all of the texting, all of the phone, all of the appointments, all of the checking people out, all of it. The only thing that I do is serve great care, do exams, and take notes. That's it. So, and these are the things that I want to show you how to do. This is what the whole thing is about. This is what this group is about, teaching you how to do all of the things that I'm talking about. So here's the yeah buts. Here's what we hear in the yeah but. And the yeah but is, yeah, but this isn't going to work because they're going to go to the next person down the street. Yeah, but my people don't want to text. They want to talk to a live person. Yeah, but I have an answering service and I think it works just fine. Let me go in order. Okay. So yeah, but they're going to call the next person down the street. My guess is that if they're going to call the next person down the street because they didn't get an immediate response, they're probably going to call the next person down the street anyway. Right? If they're looking for a quick fix, a one and done, a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and they just want to come in 1 or 2 times, is that a practice member that you really want to serve wellness care to? And the common theme of the members of this group is that you are looking to serve wellness care. Wellness care takes time. And if somebody isn't willing to take 10 minutes, an hour, maybe even 2 hours to wait to be responded to, they're probably not the right person for your practice. And feel free to push back on that. If that's not true for you, if that doesn't resonate with you, then lean into that truth. Okay. If you say, no, Jody, that's not true for me, then lean into that truth. That's totally cool. The next thing that I hear a lot of is there are people who want to talk to a person. And my suggestion for you, especially if you don't have staff, is to have desk hours where you're available to answer the phone from 4 to 6 or from 10 to 12 or whatever works for and that's the time that you're sitting at the desk getting busy work done and you're welcoming people to answer the phone. I just urge you to think about if they're calling your practice and if I answer the phone at my office, which I never ever do, and they know that it's me, what are they going to do? They're going to want to tell me all about it, right? They're going to want to tell me about Sally's ballet practice and how she fell and her tights ripped, and then she has a bleeding knee, and then she had a latex allergy reaction, and then she had to get put on an antibiotic, and all of the things that happened to Sally. And I want to hear about it because I care about Sally, but here's what I want even more. I want to be in fair exchange with my practice members. If they want to tell me all about Sally and the ballet practice, that should really happen during a time that I'm either in a telehealth, especially if I'm Sally's chiropractor. I'm in a certain kind of appointment where I'm receiving that information. I'm taking notes. I'm ideally being paid for my time, and that information is going where it needs to go in my EHR. Not when I have 10 other people calling my office and I've got 5 things on my to-do list that are sitting on my desk and they're piling up. Protection of time, energy, money. It's also the protection of your practice members' time, energy, money. It's also the protection of the people who are looking for those tasks to get done. Everybody gets respected. Everybody gets what they want. So what am I saying? One of the things that we have inside of the academy is called the practice space kit, where we're creating these areas in the office with you where your clients can help themselves to booking an appointment to have a telehealth about Sally's ballet practice, or saying, can Dr. Jody please call me during her desk hours? All of that can happen with your practice members doing the hands-on work of the admin task. Very simply, please hear me say that. The other thing that we do with you is we show you how do you set up the texting program? What texting program should you use? What do you say on your voicemail message funnel? What are the different types of voicemail message funnels? How do you change them out? How do you save them? When do you use Google Voice? When does automation come in? All of it is in there. One of the questions that I see is, how do I get access to your program? We actually right now we're in close season. We have open enrollment starting next week, and there will be announcements about that on Monday. Next week is a big week for Staffless Practice Academy. If you want to get into our DIY program, just drop a DIY below. If you don't need coaching or you don't need anybody helping you with all of it, drop the word DIY or the letters DIY below. What other questions do you guys have for me? I'm sitting here live in the Zoom with you. If you have any questions, let me just see what you're saying. Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions. So just to recap, we have ideas about what people demand of us. And most of the time, it's really our story that we're hearing. It's not necessarily our practice members. So for many, many years, I thought there was no way I could practice without having a staff. And I went to every coaching seminar I went to. I bought all the books on how to manage a team, all of it. And it just, no matter what I threw at the wall, it wouldn't stick. So I had this idea when I started all of this that I was going to need to answer the phone, and I was making myself crazy. I remember walking around with a portable phone in my back pocket, and I would be adjusting somebody and the phone would ring and I would jump, right? So I promise you that there's an order to the madness. There's a rhythm to the cadence that you want to set up for your practice when it comes to how to do the phone thing. And it starts with a phone study. A lot of people have all of these yeah buts about the phone, and most of the time they're not true. Sometimes they are. Sometimes you're right. Your practice members want a phone call, and then you just set up a solution for that to happen. Okay, if you guys have specific questions about what to do with the phone, I want to say one more thing. It's really important when it comes to the phone system and the texting system that we're compliant, that we're respecting the laws and the rules of HIPAA, if that's relevant to where you are in the world. And we should not be texting practice members on our phone on the unique or the original texting program that comes with your phone. There's no compliance coverage through that texting app. You have to go through a third party who gets all of the certifications and all of the studies and all of the things done. That's true with email. It's true with texting. And the other thing I'm going to say to you, and we'll go more into this when we cover one of the texting calls, one of the texting live streams, is that a text is always a by the way comment. It's an admin need. It's not health information. It's not private information. It's Sally, you left your umbrella. When would you like to come get it? Sally, I'm running 10 minutes late. Go grab a cup of coffee. Sally, you forgot to pay me. Please leave 2 payments the next time you're here. Whatever. Easy to implement one-click texting messages, but not Sally, because your temperature was 102 today, I want you to take this. Don't do it, you guys. I've seen it go wrong too many times. Okay, I think that that's it. I think that's everything I wanted to say about the phone. I hope that that was helpful. And there's solutions for all of these pieces, guys. And I'm going to continue to give you my all in putting these solutions in front of you as much as I possibly can. Go make the world better with great care, and we'll talk next week.